If you're not good looking, if you don't travel, if you don't work out, your personal brand will not grow no matter how much content you post. Yo people, my name is Sam, and in the last 90 days I've grown my personal brand from 0 to like 8,000 plus followers on Instagram. And in this video today, I'm going to show you why improving yourself directly correlates with your personal brand's success. So let's get right into it. Number one, why does good looks matter in personal brand success? Pretty privilege, you probably already know it's a real thing. We like to follow people who are good looking or attractive per se. It's also the halo effect where good looking people seem smarter and just nicer to us. And therefore that equals to trustworthiness, and that makes you want to impulse and follow that person on social media. As society, we often associate people that's good looking, pretty, whatever it is, with someone that takes care of themselves and not someone that's a loser, you know? And this actually happens when we don't even think about it, or we don't know anything about the person. Like we don't have any context about this person, influencer, creator, entrepreneur on social media. But as long as they're good looking, our mind just thinks, okay, I trust them for some reason. I'm not a psychologist, so I wouldn't really know. But that's something I've done myself. If I've seen someone that's attractive, I would more likely to trust them over someone, let's say, that's not attractive in the books. So this is not to say if you're not attractive, you're not going to grow a personal brand or you're not going to see any success on social media. That just gives you a leverage. You have a higher chance of success. And I'm not saying all good looking people will have a successful personal brand. When we think of someone attractive, good looking, our brain subconsciously like thinks of someone successful. Like we give them like positive traits like intelligence, competence, and just trustworthiness, even without any sort of evidence, context, background on the person. I know this sounds pretty insane, but this is the truth. You've probably noticed it yourself. So that's the game we're playing in this social media space. And this is a cognitive bias that's been hardwired into our brains to just process like the first impressions, you know? So I'm going to show you two images of two different persons, right? And ask yourself, who would you follow first? So let's say person A and person B. Who would you follow? The person A is not so good looking. Person B is somewhat attractive, but you don't know anything about them. There's no context. Most likely you'd follow person B just because they're good looking. You want to see someone that's good looking in your feed, and it makes you feel good too. And one of the reasons why good looks also matter in personal brand success is just because of how social media is being used and being like structured. Influencers are a real like good prime example for this. The good looking influencers are more likely to attract brand deals, opportunities, sponsorships, and just endorsements because they're good looking. And social media, especially nowadays on TikTok or just short form platforms, is they focus heavily on looks rather than the skills or talent or the things the creator or the person that's showing on social media. So it's not so much always about the value. Sometimes on social media, the least valuable person in the room can be more successful. Let's use some TikToker who just does lip syncs videos. I'm not going to name drop anyone. This is no disrespect, but actually let me just say Leo Houghton. I'm not saying she's not talented, but she makes videos that most people could, even a non as good looking person could make. But she's gone viral and has lots of brand endorsements and just seen more success just because of her looks. So it's not always about being valuable, having all the skills, being perfect. Sometimes it can just be as simple as being good looking. Let's use Marlon for example. He's been blowing up recently this past year. He's a Twitch streamer, and just because he's good looking, people share his content more. So for the people that are watching and be like, okay, what can I do? Let me just remind you that it's not about being born with the best genetics, but rather showing up as someone who takes care of themselves. Like when you show up on your content, your videos, just your stories, just on camera in general, speak confidently. Speak from your chest. That's the first thing you can do. If you're someone very quiet and that comes off as shy on camera, why would someone want to follow you or listen to you? You have to be vocal. It's a attention game on this social media. And also simple things you can do. Fix your hair. Work on your skin a little bit. Just by hydrating, doing the simple basic stuff. Shave. Like just wear good clothes. Feel good about yourself. So wear clothes that make you feel comfortable, feel like you. And therefore that kind of translates into your camera, your communication, the way you speak, the way you show up. So it's just about improving a little bit about yourself, not being a complete mess. and not being dusty. Number two is traveling. So why traveling helps with your personal brand success. So basically, every new place you go, like country or city, you have new moments that you capture with your camera or just visually with your eyes and memories. So now you have so many things, different things to talk about in your content. It doesn't have to be about just one thing. You can always, I think the best way to kind of phrase this is you have large context. Now, when you're speaking about certain things in about anything in life, you can pull different information from different places. Okay, one moment I was in Hong Kong, one moment I was in US, and I was in Paris, Amsterdam. From each different places, you have more experiences, learnings, and just stuff that you can pull back and talk about. So it's really important to try to go to different places, try new things. And of course, when you have a lot of things to talk about, you naturally get good at storytelling because you start to use time frames like, okay, 90 days ago, 2 months ago, I was here. Then you learn to talk about showing your learnings, being vulnerable on camera, and also how you overcome problems. Let's say I was in this country and I got stuck, but I did this to get out. Stuff like that is really important to storytelling too. Because like if I was just in my room, didn't do anything outside of making videos, I wouldn't have any context. I wouldn't have any experiences to talk about. So it's really good to do stuff outside of filming and making videos online. Traveling equals you getting better at storytelling. You get better at storytelling means you get better at scripting content. So you get better at writing in general. Second part of why traveling is important to your personal brand success, which is having expanded perspectives. So when you see different cultures from different countries, cities, locations, it opens your mind up to new perspectives. It gives you new ideas and ways to approach things. Like for example, I was in Amsterdam a week ago and I was just in so many different cafes in the morning, and a lot of them had a lot of cool frames in the walls, and something inside of me just sparked that feeling that I didn't have before. So after I came back from the trip, I bought one of these frames for my room. I always loved drawing bonsai trees when I was a kid back in Hong Kong. So I wanted a frame to give more life to my room. So I got that, all because of traveling, and I could make content off of this, which I did. Also, when you travel to certain locations, you see certain types of people. Like let's say a group of people that's doing better or ahead of you, and that motivates you to do even bigger and push you more forward. Let's say I've never been to Dubai, but let's say you did go to Dubai, you've heard all the stories of all the highly successful people, or New York, which I have been, and the energy is crazy. So when you're in, like, let's say New York compared to like a small town back home, the energy difference is so huge that whenever you're in New York, you feel like you want to do more, you want to hustle. So your environment does help you a lot. Because when I was in New York, there's so many big buildings, there's so much traffic, so many people constantly walking fast and stuff, and it's a high-paced energy city. You see all these big buildings too, and it just motivates you and shows you that the world is so much bigger and there's so much things you can achieve. Then because of this, you start to aim and set bigger goals each different year. And also, it's not about spending crazy amounts of money to travel. If you cannot travel for some reason, you might not have money or some situation, go out to different places around the area. Like if you're always working from home, then why not maybe go outdoors sometimes in the park and work from there, or go to a different cafe, go to like a office shared space to work with different people. So it doesn't always have to be going out of your country, but is doing new things outside of your normal routine. Number 3, why physical exercise and routine affects personal branding success. Working out, you already know, gives you so much self-confidence. When you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you act good, you act confident, and this shows up on camera. So if you're someone who wants to like get fit but you still haven't done it yet and you feel kind of shit about it, and when you start recording, you're not going to be confident. But compared to someone who works out, feels good, when they're on camera, they're going to feel so much better, and this will show on the screen. People can feel that energy. And when you also look good, let's say you're someone who takes care of their skin, body, people, your audience will see it on their feed and they'll be like, okay, this is someone I want to look up to and follow. Whereas if I just saw someone waking up, eating pizza and is just overweight, why would I want to follow them? You know? Also, physical exercise, health, walking, weightlifting, martial arts, whatever it is, it gives you clarity. It clears up your mind, because we're so focused on just doing work all the time. When you have some physical exercise or just movement in your body, it gives you room to slow down, take a breather, and give mental clarity. So you have more ideas to talk about, you have more storytelling capabilities, and you feel fresh and it feels good. When you feel good, you perform good. And when you perform good, the results will speak for itself. If you're stuck in the same routine for so long, let's say for me, I'll be in this desk for a few months, I'll be doing the same thing over and over again most times. Creating content, working on my business, going to work, working out, it's kind of the same thing. So sometimes it's okay to break the pattern and do something completely out of your normal comfort zone or just something new. Because burnout happens when you're doing the same thing for over a long period of time and you don't make any changes. So breaking that routine, the pattern of normal behavior, will give you more creative flow and ideas. Like just go out, work in public spaces, in cafes. If you're always stuck in your home and you don't like the location, then break it sometimes and do something new. Maybe if you're always working the first thing when you wake up, don't do that. Maybe go out for a walk instead, then come back and work. So it's just those little things, changes, tweaks you can do to improve your creativity flow and just not be burnt out, which directly correlates to your personal brand success, because when you have more creativity and you're not burnt out, you're able to produce better quality content at higher consistency. So you see growth faster. Also, one thing I've noticed with myself as well is like when you have a bigger space, like environment, like a room to work in, you feel much better and you get much more ideas and clarity. Whereas if you're stuck in a small room, it's much harder to get like the best ideas. I think you can do this by comparing yourself working inside your room or your normal working space. Then one day just like go to a really open space, high ceilings, just wide rooms. It'll feel so much better with like natural light. So the solution for all of this, and in order to grow as a person and improve and just basically see more growth in your personal brand success, is to do more things outside of content. Have things that you can share on social media that isn't just about posting content. One of the main things people go wrong with personal branding is they make content like it's a chore. They make it look like it's a job, and when you're doing it, you don't feel good about it. Rather, you need to make it part of you, part of your life, like it's an extension of you. So the way to do this is just removing friction. If you don't like using a professional camera, record with the phone because there's less friction. You can just pull it out and start recording moments in your life. You can just be walking, you can be with your friends, record little snippets of it, and just get into the habit of recording small things. You're drinking water, coffee, getting up out of bed, simple things. Make it part of your life. At least now you have moments captured that you can talk about. More things you do, the more you live, you have more stories to share, therefore equaling to authentic stories. So when you're authentic, people will like you, people will trust you, and that'll just build you a bigger audience and following. So what you want to do is take care of yourself, show up on camera like you're the person that your younger self would want to follow, be vulnerable, be confident, be bold, and speak out your values and share your stories. So like just becoming better, living, getting more experiences, improving your looks, getting a bit of healthy routine will improve your personal brand, because personal brand is not about just making content. It's you as a person becoming better, and that shows in the stories you share, in the content you make, and how you look on camera. So stop waiting for the perfect content idea to just pop out of nowhere while you're sitting in your room and hoping your personal brand will just grow randomly. And yeah, that's how I went from 0 to 8,000 plus followers on Instagram in the past 90 days, and it's still growing, will continue to grow. So if you guys did find this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see more from me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.